Well, this is crazy. I guess. Oh, wow. It has been almost 3 years since I've posted anything on YouTube. My last video that I've done was called The Tail of the Dragon. Before that, I had, it looks a little different in here. And then I also had a Tacoma and motorcycles and all sorts of stuff and whatnot. But yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've actually been in front of a camera, since I've actually done anything with video production. Been busy for the past couple of years, past 3 years, really. I've gone on some adventures, gone on some professional development type stuff, got a new job. As you can see, you got some fitness equipment here in the back as well. Got myself in a little bit better shape. Yeah, done a lot. Still married, still got kids. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. We're just going off the cuff. I don't even have a topic for this. I'm staring at my garage because it's basically where I like to do most of my videos, is my garage. We may transition up to my office later, but who knows? We'll see. But yeah, let's just roll the intro real quick and we'll get into the video. So yeah, I've been busy for the past 3 years. And some people would be like, well, what were you doing? Where'd you go? What happened? Life happened. Last ride that I went on was with Sunny. We went to the Tail of the Dragon. It was very illuminating for me. It was a great ride. I absolutely loved it. If you've never been to the Tail of the Dragon, I highly suggest it. Car, motorcycle, 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels. Don't go on a semi because you won't make it. You'll get told to turn around. But yeah, definitely go hit it up. It's definitely a great adventure. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's start out with vehicles, I guess, because it's mainly where I've been. You know, most of my channel has been about Harleys or vehicles in some sort of way. So yeah, last thing I posted, I had a Tacoma. And then the Tail of the Dragon video, you saw not a Tacoma in that. I think the Tacoma was 4 years ago. I think, here, let me look. I got it. It's up here somewhere. Yeah, Taco Tuesday, 4 years ago. So yeah, it's been a long time since then. Yeah. 4 years ago since I've had the Tacoma, but then, what do you call it? In the Tail of the Dragon, you saw a different car. There was an STI in the garage. And so basically what had happened is, excuse me. I got rid of my Stage 2 WRX. I sold it for the Tacoma. Had 2 different STIs. Didn't like either of those. Bought them through Carvana and it literally got them and the brakes were just shot on all of it. They had less than 10,000 miles on them, which was really weird, and the brakes were absolutely shot. So I don't know if it was Carvana's fault, previous owner's fault, something, but something wasn't right. So I returned the cars. So yeah, I went to 2 STIs. Ended up getting a Volkswagen. I can't remember what it was. Just a sedan. Volkswagen, super cheap, super like 10 grand, through Carvana. Great car, loved it. Wife loved it, so she got that, and then I got her Jeep. She got this really cool off-road two-door JL, super cool. I had that for a couple years, traveled in that quite a lot. Needed something a little bit bigger, needed something that we could haul stuff in because we go down to the beach quite a lot. And then yeah, I sold it and got a truck. Truck was phenomenal. It was really great. Put on about 40,000 miles on it. Super cool. Was doing tons of stuff, truck stuff. Motorcycle wise, I think the last thing I had on my channel was the 131, which is what I rode the tail of the Dragon in. It was super great, super fun. Had some issues with it. I don't know if it was a Harley thing or an install thing. Can't really tell. But I literally put 500 miles on it. So I had a 2020 Harley Davidson Lowrider S. Previous to that, I had a 2017 Lowrider. I traded that in, got the Lowrider S. Immediately put a 131 engine in it. Rode it around for a bit. It had less than 500 miles on the install. So it's not a new crate. It's just like the heads and stuff, but the other internals kind of stay the same, or not internals, but some of the other engine parts stay the same. So did that, and then yeah, after 500 miles, it literally just broke. I don't know what happened. Like I was saying, basically there was engine at the top of the heads. Nothing was going through. Like the oil was getting pumped up, and nothing was coming back. So it got oil starved, and you know the cylinder walls basically got scratched, and just it was horrible. So brought it back to Harley. They fixed it. They rebuilt it. They got basically a new engine in it. From there, rode that out to Texas. Did some racing out in Texas with it. It was phenomenal. It was great. Super comfortable ride. Cruise control was awesome. I don't know why Harley doesn't like do that automatically on most of their bikes now. Put that cruise control. Had that for a while. Sold it. Bought a couple Groms. Me and Groms, they're super fun. I love them. Had two of them. Bought them from a guy in Georgia, or kid, not guy, kid in Georgia. Taught the wife how to ride. She's like, I don't want a bike unless I can see the gear indicator. So got her like a 2024. I think it was a 2022 and a 2024 Honda Grom, which had the gear indicators on them. One was orange. I'll throw a picture up real quick. It was super sweet. Took it down to the beach a couple times, rode around there, brought it back home. It was super awesome. And then sold those, and then bought a Lowrider ST in pearl white from a guy out in North Carolina. So me and the fam, we rode up to basically just past Asheville, North Carolina. Saw all the flood damage and stuff, and then picked up a bike from a dude. Had that literally for a couple months, and then flipped it. I think I added a seat. It was the only thing I added onto it. Everything else was pretty much done. It had audio system on it, all the fairings. So it was a great bike. Had very low miles. The guy never really rode it, so I was like, "Yo, let me get that." Literally, like, basically stole it from him. He was selling it so cheap, and then I sold it for a lot. But yeah, as it sits currently, I do not have a motorcycle. I know I still have my giant Harley Davidson logo up here. I don't know if I'll return to Harley or if I'll get something else, but as the time being, I'm without a motorcycle and do not plan to go back to a motorcycle. Just kind of a personal reason, I guess. I wanted to get back more into like cars and vehicles and stuff like that. But yeah, so I had the truck, no motorcycles. Let's see what else we were doing. Oh yeah, super busy for 2 years. Well, yeah, 2 years. A lot of people, some people know, some people don't know. I went to the police academy. Super fun, super great. Absolutely loved it. I went to the, where did I go? Jefferson County Sheriff's Academy. It's a reserve academy, so it's a lot different than a normal police academy, which like you go full time and that's like your full time job and everything else like that. Since I have a full time job, I wasn't able to like just take 4 months off of my work and then go to an academy and then come out. So what the Reserves Academy do is they let you go every other weekend. So I spent every other weekend going to Birmingham, Alabama, to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Academy, training academy, and just doing that program with them. And man, I tell you, it was very eye-opening, very awesome. The staff was great; they're phenomenal. I haven't unlisted our graduation videos up. I don't have it listed. I may do that one day, but yeah, right now it's just, it was pretty great. It was pretty fun. That lasted 17 months. We got the full, like hour-wise, we got the full scope of a full-time academy, stretched out almost, a year and a half. It took a long time to get through. It was a lot of dedication to do that. Absolutely loved it. It was really great. But yeah, so once I graduated, I became a certified law enforcement officer here in the state of Alabama. Prior to that, when I was out riding with Sonny was telling me, the tail of the dragon. We had talked about the Reserve Academy, or the Reserve program at the local police department here in Alabama. And homeboy was like, hey, you should come join. I think you'd have a blast, come do stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, bro, I've always wanted to be a cop, always wanted to do stuff ever since I was a little kid. So I did. I joined the reserve program, put on a 5K. As soon as I joined, they're like, hey, if you want to go to the academy, you got to go pay for it yourself, or go fundraise. And so what better way? I came up with a 5K, put it on. I had some help with a couple of the reserves also. The whole department pitched in the day of the event and stuff like that, but I did a lot of the grunt work for that. It was really great. Turned out phenomenal. Raised a bunch of money. I was able to go to the academy with it. We also had a couple other guys that tried to go to the academy. However, they didn't make it for the PT test, so they got booted out. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much where we've been. In a previous video, it says it looks a lot different around here. We're still in the same house. We still live in Madison, Alabama. But the garage looks a lot different, I'll tell you that. There's different cars in here. My tool bench isn't right here no more. It's on the other side of the garage now. We don't have a big storage rack in here. Up over there we got door storage for the Jeep. For when we take the doors off, and then I got a hoist to take the roof off because my back's done. I'm old, so got a winch to hoist it up, and it's pretty cool. Got some other equipment in here. Got a rower, got a treadmill, a TV. I was watching this. I saw this meme the other day, or today. It's talking about, as you get older, the garage is the space where you go hang out as an older guy. And honestly, I couldn't. It was funny. I was out here yesterday. I was like, man, I like my garage. I'm gonna hang out here. So yeah, I do have a good surprise coming for the channel. I do want to do a lot more content. As weird as that may sound, I'm actually, so a couple years ago, I was really into photography and videography. I went to Full Sail, did all that, was really into it, had all the cameras, bought a Canon R5, absolutely loved it. And then just something died basically inside of me. I didn't want to touch a camera. I haven't posted on social media in like months. Today was the first time I actually posted something in almost a year. So it's kind of weird, kind of crazy. I was just sitting there talking to friends, just dang, the wind's crazy here. But yeah, just talking to friends and talking to acquaintances, and just something got reignited in a passion, I guess you could say. I did purchase a car recently. I got rid of the truck. I purchased the car. That'll be coming. We'll do a video on that. If you follow me on like Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you'll see it on there. I just posted it today. But yeah, we'll get more into that later. Yeah, I look forward to kind of seeing where I can go, what I can do with this. And not really much is what I can do. There's not much I'm gonna do with it. Maybe some drag racing, maybe some autocross. Stuff I wanted to get into back in the day. We'll get there. I'm not going to do a fitness journey. Not really into that type. I'll work out on my own, whatever. Yeah, I got some traveling coming up. We might post that as a family, which is kind of crazy. We're going back to Korea for a week. Now that my kids are older, I have 2 teenagers, which is crazy to think about. One that's driving. Yeah, really crazy. Trying to teach your teenager how to drive. That's annoying. Really annoying. I don't know how my parents did it. I mean, I understand how my parents did it. My mom was a drug addict and made me drive. But anyways, I don't know how my dad did it with me. I already knew how to drive when he was like, let's learn how to drive. But yeah, anyways, I'm sitting on my kids' camera right now. I don't even know if she knows that I'm using it. I have a GoPro. It's like an 8, super old, don't care. We'll use that to do some things. Yeah, it's pretty much about it, I guess. We'll go from there, kind of see how it goes. Not here for likes, just kind of vlogging my journey, getting thoughts out. Yeah. Today is Friday, March 27th, 2026. And yeah. I wouldn't say it's glad to be back, but I'm glad to post again. There we go. Glad to post again. We'll get there. I'll probably go edit this here in just a little bit, and my wife's gonna be like, "Is that your voice?" I'm like, "Yes," as I put my headphones on. Anyways, All right, well, I hope to see y'all later. I hope to post more. If you're friends and you're local and you haven't seen me post a video, be like, hey, bro, post a video. Let's go. Keep me motivated. I'll keep in touch. But yeah, y'all have fun. And I'm really excited for this weekend. It's just really excited for this weekend. So anyways, I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have fun. Later.